Today, we're diving into the world of smart cities. Now, this is a market that's absolutely buzzing with potential. But let's be honest, for an investor, it can feel like a total maze. So our goal here is to give you a map. We're going to cut through the noise and pinpoint exactly where the real opportunities are, all based on some really solid analysis. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so first things first, what are we even talking about here? Before we get into the strategy and the money, we need to be on the same page. When you hear the phrase smart city, what really comes to mind? Is it all flying cars and robots, or is it something a little more grounded in the tech we have today? Well, whatever your definition is, one thing is absolutely certain. This market is growing at a mind-blowing pace. Back in 2018, the global market was sitting at about $67 billion. Fast forward to 2024, and it's projected to explode to over $250 billion. That's a compound annual growth rate of almost 25%. This isn't some far-off future idea. It is a massive financial reality happening right now.
So let's get back to that question. At its heart, a smart city is simply a city that uses technology, specifically information and communication tech and the Internet of Things, to make life better for the people living there. We're talking about making public services, things like transportation, environmental management, public safety, and energy, way more efficient and responsive. It's not about cool tech for the sake of cool tech. It's about using data and connectivity to solve real-world urban problems.
Now, this whole movement isn't happening the same way everywhere. You can actually think of it like a global race, where different countries are taking very different approaches to get to the finish line. And this has basically created two distinct playbooks. And this slide really lays out those two paths perfectly. On one side, you've got the leaders. We're talking about places like the US and Europe. They already have mature infrastructure, right? So their game is all about optimizing what's already there, linking existing systems, and making everything work better together. Then you have the followers, like China and India. They're in this incredible position to build brand new infrastructure from the ground up. This lets them completely leapfrog older tech and create a foundation that's custom built for the smart services of the future. So one is refining and the other is rebuilding. Okay, so we've got this massive, growing market and two different global strategies. That is a huge haystack. So how in the world do we find the needle? Well, the analysis we're looking at did the hard work to pinpoint the most promising sectors for investment. Which brings us right to the main event. In a market this gigantic, where is the bullseye? Where should you aim for a strategic investment? Let's find out. The answer didn't just come from a lucky guess. It was the result of a really rigorous three-step process. First, analyzing the market, looking at growth and social issues. Second, evaluating the technology, its competitiveness and the market environment. And finally, consulting with the real experts through industry interviews. It's this methodical approach that makes the final conclusion so compelling.
So after all that digging, the fog finally clears. The process revealed 4 key technologies that really stand out from the pack as the most promising areas. So let's get into the first one.
First up, we have mobility on demand. This is all about creating seamless, integrated transportation services. What's driving this? A huge demand for intelligent transportation systems. And, you guessed it, the massive push into developing autonomous vehicles. I mean, self-driving cars are going to need incredibly sophisticated networks to work. And right now, Japan is really leading the pack in this space. Next, we have a problem that anyone who's ever driven in a city knows all too well: parking. Smart parking is using tech to finally solve this nightmare. The push here is coming from two sides: big investments in unmanned vehicles, which will need to park themselves, and strong government policies that are trying to cut down on traffic congestion. It's all about using sensors, data, and IoT platforms to make parking a smooth, automated experience. And the current tech leader here? The USA.
The third key area is smart environmental management. This one's being driven by a huge surge in public awareness around environmental issues, which is leading to more and more government investment in tech-based monitoring systems. Think smart energy grids or intelligent platforms that keep an eye on air and water quality. With big global topics like carbon emissions front and center, this sector is only getting more important. And again, the US is identified as the leader here.
And finally, our fourth horse in the race: safety and crime prevention. The rise of the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and deep learning is completely revolutionizing this field. We're moving way beyond just having simple CCTV cameras. We're talking about integrated solutions with smart sensors and intelligent video analytics that can actually predict and respond to incidents in real time. The goal is a safer, more secure city for everyone, and the USA is leading the technological development. So, there you have it, our 4 target areas. We know what to focus on. But the next big question is, how does a company actually break into these super competitive fields? Well, the analysis points to a very clear strategy. Look, for most companies, especially small and medium-sized ones, trying to build this kind of advanced technology from scratch is just too slow and way too expensive. The analysis makes a very strong case for an acquisition and development strategy. Or to put it simply, it's better to buy it. This lets a company get its hands on the tech and jump into the market so much faster. And this isn't just a theory. We see it happening in the real world all the time. Let's take a look at the mobility sector. The global giant Siemens wanted to get stronger in intelligent traffic systems. So instead of trying to start from zero, they went out and acquired ATC, a company that specialized in exactly that. And the result was pretty much immediate. This one single strategic move allowed Siemens to rapidly expand into this key market, saving them literally years of internal development. It is a textbook example of the buy strategy paying off big time. Let's do one more, this time from the smart parking world. Inrix, a company that was already focused on traffic data, saw the massive potential in smart parking. So what did? They went out and acquired ParkMe, a leader in parking solutions. And the outcome? You guessed it, just like with Siemens, that acquisition gave Inrix an instant technological foundation. It was their golden ticket to get into the high-value smart parking market, proving once again that a smart acquisition can be a powerful shortcut to growth in the smart city space. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground, from figuring out what a smart city even is to pinpointing the 4 key investment areas and the winning strategy to get in the game. Let's just quickly wrap things up with the final takeaways. So if you're going to remember just 3 things from all this, make it these. Number 1, the smart city market is not just hype. It's a real, multi-hundred-billion-dollar opportunity that is growing like crazy. Number 2, a deep analysis points us to 4 bullseye sectors: mobility, parking, environment, and safety. And number 3, for companies that want to compete, the smartest and fastest move is often to acquire the technology you need, not build it. The data is clear, the opportunities are absolutely massive, and the strategies are pretty well defined. But this all leaves us with one final and maybe more important question. As our cities become more efficient and more data-driven, what are the human qualities, things like creativity, spontaneity, and community, that we have to work the hardest to protect? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.